We'll get rolling here in about 1 minute. Good to see a lot of familiar faces and a lot of new ones too. Hello again, everybody. It's 3 minutes after the hour, and in the interest of everybody's time, we're going to get started here. I guess I should say good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. I just saw Mark pop on, so it's probably getting close to dinner time by him. But thank you everybody for being here. And I'm Jonathan Salk. I'm CEO at CORFAC, and I'll let Jennifer and Diane introduce themselves real quick here as well. Jennifer, you want to?
Yeah, sorry. Hi, everyone. My name is Jennifer Norbit. I am one of the CORFAC staff members. I handle marketing, communications, the website, some of the operational things with the rest of the staff. We all sort of collectively work together as a team since there are just the three of us that you see here. And we wear a lot of hats, but I've been with Jonathan and Diane at CORFAC for the last 9 years, and thanks for joining us today.
Welcome. My name is Diane Harris. I handle membership and meetings with CORFAC. So Jonathan's going to tell you some general information about the organization and some of our tools, and then I'll show you some of the member section, some of the tools that are available in the member section of the website. In general, you're welcome to reach out to any of us, but anything related to some of the nuts and bolts here, I'm happy to help you with. And if we move too quickly for you, interrupt us, ask us any questions, or reach out to me after the fact. I love doing individual training. I find I can target it and help you fine tune some of the things that we covered today. Although we think our systems are pretty user friendly and usually individual training isn't needed, but we're happy to provide it.
Thanks, Diane. Thanks, Jennifer. So we're going to throw a fair amount of stuff at you in the next 20-25 minutes. And like Diane said, we want to keep it open, informal. Stop us at any time. We're recording this as well. So if we'll share this with probably all of CORFAC at some point. But if you have questions, you can probably find it on the recording as well. Something I always like to start with is something that one of our founding members said to me a couple weeks into the time I started, and time we all started. And he said to me, he uses CORFAC like his board of directors, meaning he knows that if he sends a note out to all CORFAC members about an issue, looking for recommendations, that he knows within 24 hours he's going to get probably 10 or 12 responses. And I think that's what really CORFAC is all about. It's if you haven't had the chance to go to a conference, if you haven't had a chance to participate in a Zoom call like this, I think you'll quickly find out that, it's just a great group of people. For those who don't know, we're celebrating our 35th year this year. Hard to believe. And actually, the person who made that comment to me 10 years ago is David Pryor out of LA and one of our founding members. I'm sure you all hear the name CORFAC a fair amount, and some of you know very well what it is, and some of you probably go, yeah, I kind of get it what it's about, but hopefully that's why you're here to find out a little bit more. So we're kind of proud of the first screen here. We redid our CORFAC strategic plan last year. And for those who might want a copy of the whole thing, it's brief. We kept it brief on purpose. We wanted to make sure that everything we put together here is we can accomplish, and it's really a 3 to 5 year plan. So anyway, Diane, you can. This is our most recent map. We have 70 offices around the world. And, most of those are in North America, but we are growing a lot in Latin America and Europe, and even in Asia. And it's fun to watch that happen. Real quick, the next couple slides are just pie charts and graphs that show you the type of deals that are done within the network. CORFAC was founded, it has its roots in SIOR, and that's where the small group of people got together 35 years or 36 years ago and said, we think there's room for another network out there. And here we are 35 years later. But, still the core of what CORFAC members do is office and industrial. But the retail side in the 9 years we've been here has probably doubled in terms of members. And that said, we have a really big presence at ICSC, which if any of you go to that show in Vegas in about a month, CORFAC's got a booth there and a big presence, and it's been a great show for us. I'm not going to talk about all these slides here, bullet item by bullet item, but I just want to point out a couple of things. Everybody joins a network like this because they want to do business, they want to do deals together. And one of the most important things we can ask of you as a staff is to put your deals in the system. And Diane will show you how that system works in a minute. But put your deals in the system because it helps us in a couple of ways. Number one, it helps us, those slides that Diane showed you earlier about the volume of the deals that are done in the network, that's where we get that information, by you putting your deals in the system. And also putting your clients in the system. And we're just asking for company names, really. So if somebody, and Diane's going to show you this in a minute, if somebody goes in and I wonder if anybody's done business with McDonald's, they can do a client search in the system, and hopefully that'll pull up, or the company you're looking for will pull up. And the last bullet, and it pertains to what we're doing here today. Not only do we do these investment sales Zoom sessions, which we're doing one, I believe, in a couple of weeks, but we do these Zoom programs once a month. So we've had economists, we do investment sales, we've had ones that are targeted in industrial and office and et cetera, et cetera. So another great free benefit as a CORFAC member. Hopefully you'll partake in those going forward. Jennifer can talk in a little bit about marketing and branding. I won't cover that here, but Patricia Truragos is on this call, and she provides us, while she's not a staff member per se, we consider her, it's like the fourth Beatle or the fifth Beatle. It's just she's that extra staff member, and she provides the network 30 hours a month to help to help us as a network in general, but also to help our member firms get, if they need some help making contact locally, regionally, nationally within media, she can help you with that. The second bullet here, we've worked really hard at arranging a lot of different discounts with different organizations and companies. And because you're a CORFAC member, you get those discounts. And you can see they cover things from education with CCIM and SIOR to technology resources, et cetera. So, and Diane will show you where that is in the website here in a minute. But yeah, take advantage of those. And the last bullet that was on that last slide, you don't have to go back, Diane, is we hear this over and over. While at the end of the day, you join a network to do business, I think every bit as important is the sharing of best practices, and that's kind of what we're doing here and with the Zoom programs and the conferences, et cetera. So we have a very big support system for our next gen members. That's defined as 35 and under and 7 years or less in the business. We provide scholarships at our conferences for next gens, and they do programming. They'll do a Zoom program here in the next couple of months. That'll be available to all CORFAC members. I mentioned trade shows. We have a presence at. We're at ICSC next month. We'll be at SIOR in October. One of the new shows we're going to try this year, and this was kind of based on our work on the strategic plan, is we're going to be at NAIOP. So just trying to reach some different audiences, letting them know all about CORFAC. The CORFAC app, I'll stop babbling here for a little bit and turn it over to Jennifer, and she can cover the next couple of slides and let you know about some more resources.
Great. So one of the things that we like to share on this call is the CORFAC app. So CORFAC is a member-led organization, and a few years ago, one of our member committees was interested in creating a CORFAC app that would serve as a mobile version of the CORFAC tools and resources and website. So the app is available for all members. It's a free, easy to download app, and it serves as a nice way to connect with members, or look up information if you've got a potential situation where you're talking to a client or someone and you want to see if we've got a member in a certain market. You can use this tool on your phone, on your tablet. It's a really quick and easy way to get access to the network. It's available for download for all members, and you simply log in using your member email address and password. So if you don't have that, let us know. We can set you up with the steps for getting that. One of the features that's available through the app that we also have on our website is the Build Out Sync integration. Build Out is one of the commercial real estate industry's top technology providers. They offer a great listing and marketing platform, and we have a negotiated relationship with them. So all CORFAC member firms have access to Build Out's base model, which is called Build Out Sync. And that allows you to put any listings that you've got into this system, and it's automatically displayed on the CORFAC website and available through the CORFAC app. So it's a nice additional tool that firms can use to augment any their own listing platform. It's available to firms in the United States and Canada. Build Out doesn't have that capability yet in international markets beyond the US and Canada, but we understand they're working toward that. Another nice feature that falls under the business development umbrella is CORFAC's investment sales platform. A couple of years ago, one of our presidents saw an opportunity to create more connections related to investment sales, and asked us to create a real basic way for us to share investment opportunities throughout the network. So you'll see on the website in a few minutes, there's a very simple way to list an investment opportunity and then share that with either all of CORFAC or targeted audiences within the CORFAC network. Again, just a simple and easy way to get more exposure for the listing or the investment opportunities that you have. And with that, I'll turn it over to Diane, who handles our meetings and events.
We do, again, my name is Diane, and we provide 2 educational opportunities a year. We have a spring conference and a fall conference, and then we have a European affiliates meeting as well. These are the meetings that we have coming up, and then Jonathan and I shortly will be forced to go to sunny Los Angeles to site hotel properties for our spring of 2025. We'll be in the Los Angeles area. It will be the very end of February, beginning of March. So that soon to be determined will be coming up. But it's a great opportunity for all levels of staff to come to the meeting, get some education, and meet fellow brokers. We have a lot of people that come to our meeting and, facilitate deals and connections within the network. We try at the meetings to provide an equal amount of networking opportunities where you're getting to know some of the other firms in the network, and then educational seminars for you to, just keep on top of the industry. And then we also have sponsors who provide services to all the members as well. So, and registration usually opens about 4 months ahead of each one of these events.
We covered a lot of these things on here, but it's just a final kind of reminder to say, hey, if you want to get the most out of the network, do these things. And it's, it's like anything, you get out of it what you put into it. But, participating on these type of programs, on the investment sales call coming up, if you're coming to conferences, sitting in on committee meetings, there's just a lot of really pretty simple things you can do to make sure you're taking full advantage of CORFAC. Now I think Diane will spend a little time showing you the backside of the website, the members only site.
Yes, and of course my internet is saying it's an unstable connection now that I need it to be a stable connection. So hopefully I will freeze in an attractive position when my screen freezes here. I don't know if any or all of you have explored CORFAC.com. It's our website. It really has two purposes. It is the purpose of being useful to you guys as members, and it also is forward facing. So if you meet somebody at a business meeting or even a cocktail party, hey, I'm part of this network. This is a place that they can come and find out more information about you, your firms, and our organization. All of you should have a member login. The member login is actually typically your first initial and your last name. And then it's password specific. So if you don't remember that information or can't find it, shoot me a note and I can reset it or get you set up if for some reason you don't have an account with us. And Jennifer, I don't know if you want to look at the chat and see if there are any questions. I saw some questions in there, or if there's anything we can even answer. But this is a very user-friendly website. Jennifer and our web designer have done a great job, and there's some quick links here, which I'll go through really quickly. The first thing that all brokers especially, but everyone should be doing is updating their member profile. So, obviously it has your contact information. You can put your bio in here, but the most important thing is, these fields with the specializations, the designations, those are sortable, sort of behind the scenes within our system. And for example, if you update your member profile, and one of the bonuses that we have here is that you can log into the member section of the website and you can run reports. So I had one of our members reach out to me and ask me, hey, how many SIORs do we have in the network? So I went in and ran a report of all the SIORs. Well, if you haven't designated that you have that, then you didn't get pulled in that report, and he was utilizing that list to facilitate business within the network. So I had another gentleman tell me that he, I was doing a training with him, actually a one-on-one training, and he pulled a list of everyone in multifamily that had designated multifamily. Said, oh, I've got business to give. I'm going to call every one of the people on this list. Well, I remember thinking, gosh, I hope everybody has marked that correctly, because they just missed an opportunity to do business. So, and one of our initiatives this year is to really nag. We're very good at nagging all the various offices to update their member profiles. I think it helps them. And I think it just looks better. It just looks better for your office, and it looks better for us as an organization when the general public is coming here to look and search a broker in Illinois or Boston area or whatever, that they're not blank gray profiles, and this information is dynamic and filled out. So watch for me to be nagging you in the next coming months about that. As you can see in here, they're all different reports that you can pull, and by designation, by area of specialty, by region, and then you can include certain fields. And this is designed so that it all can be exported as an Excel document, so you can use that information in a dynamic way. And if you're, for example, if you have a property and you want to promote it to a certain area of the country or to all of our members, there are two different ways to do that. And one of them is coming in here and just pulling a report by the area that you want to hit, and then transferring those email addresses into a Word document. The other thing you can do is we have like a preset email system here. And, our membership is always changing. Obviously, there's staff turnover. We're adding firms, or people are being hired or promoted, or so this is a real time. Who are the active members right now? And again, you can come in here and, select people by name. You can select them by specialty. Let's do it by state. No. Next. Check all, next. And then what comes up is a preloaded email with my email address, my contact information. And again, if your bio and profile are filled out, then that information preloads. You can put an attachment on here. You can, type your message and send it out, and that'll go to everybody in the network that you're specifying. Let's see, really quick before we get to the toolkit, which Jennifer can talk about. When we were talking about that, Jonathan mentioned putting your deals in the network. So it's really like a yellow pages or a white pages of all. If you're putting your deals in the system, then it's information that other brokers can use. So, for example, we were doing a 101 training with one of our new offices a couple years ago, and one of the brokers said, "Hey, have we ever done business with Sherwin-Williams?" And we indeed have done business with Sherwin-Williams. So this is a way for you now to reach out to this member that did a transaction with Sherwin-Williams and ask them about that transaction. Or I had a member come up to me at the last meeting and say, I go in there and look through all the clients to find out who we've done business with, so I can go into a pitch meeting and say, "Hey, did you know we're doing business in Houston with Sherwin-Williams? Wouldn't it be great to use another CORFAC office for you to, do more deals with?" And then you can also search the transactions by firm, by location, by property type, transaction type. Or as I joke, you can be a busybody and see how the other firms are doing and come in and just pull the reports, what deals are they doing through time period. It's a really great resource. And then Jennifer, I will bring up some of these CORFAC toolkit items here to let you point out some of those.
So Diane mentioned that one of the initiatives that we have as a staff is to encourage and provide the tools for all firms to brand themselves with CORFAC. It helps to elevate the awareness of the network, and so we provide some tools here for you to brand. We're also available just by reaching out. We can send you anything you may need, but this tab on the extranet includes resources for doing this. So things like our logos, our branding guidelines, different files that you may need to update your firm's information to include the CORFAC brand. We've got a few marketing tools for members. These are going to be going through an update in this year. But as Jonathan, we're collecting information from all of our firms now to create some new marketing materials that will be housed here. But we've got some of our standard high-level snapshot materials about the network, a global map, CORFAC, we call it CORFAC by the numbers, which is just a real high-level look at what CORFAC is that you could drop into a marketing pitch deck, or you could share in a meeting. There are other, we house some of our virtual program content here. There's some resources for using Build Out Sync if that's something that you would like some assistance with. We've got some how-to resources there. So it's just kind of an exhaustive list of things you can use to help utilize the network a little more effectively. And then Diane's also scrolling through some of our past conference materials. We put the materials from our speakers on this the website here. So if you're looking for the presentation from our economist in Dallas, you can go here and you can download that and review or use it whether you attended the event or not. We mentioned earlier the investment sales platform, and this is a just a short or a quick look at the things that are listed on the platform right now. Yeah, again, it's just a very simple index that a very simple, I guess, module that you can use and share with members in the network, or put, use it however you'd like. I think those are, yeah, there's one other tab here that's a great resource. Jonathan mentioned it earlier. We've got several negotiated relationships with industry, education, technology, and service providers. And this is a list of those, the details for those here. But Jonathan or Diane, do you want to add anything else about this tab?
No, just that, Jonathan has been in the commercial real estate industry for many years, and he has leveraged that relationship to get, I think there's 17 some opportunities and discounts available on here. And, as he has pointed out, if you have a relationship with a provider, or you want us to have a relationship with a provider, reach out to us and we can, I call it the soft sell, but Jonathan works his magic, and I've seen it in action. Somehow he makes things happen that I can't make happen. But anyway, so we're here to provide the best resources that we can out of you participating in membership. So any way we can assist with that. And I think that covered pretty much everything. But if you does anybody have any questions they want to put in the chat, or that they want to just ask? I'm happy to answer any questions about any of this, but particularly the back end information here.
And one other thing I would add is, and Jennifer, if I missed it, I'm sorry about that, but so since COVID started, which is now what, 4 years, we've done about 125 or 130 Zoom sessions, and those are all recorded. So, it might be worth scrolling through those to see what's there. I mean, a lot of really good topics. And when COVID was happening in full force, we were doing them once a week. And then as things got a little bit better, we started doing them less and less. But it just was a place where our members could come together, get some good information, commiserate about what was going on in the market and all that. So we're yours. If you have questions now or later, let us have it. I know we've thrown a lot at you here. Do you want to show Kevin from San Diego asked where the Zoom calls archived? Diane, can you show, or?
I think, isn't it under
video and program content?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. You need to.
Where did you go to first, Diane?
So I went to the CORFAC toolkit, browse resources, and then it's video and virtual program content. But keep in mind too that there's also, you know, content that's under conference materials too. So there's a lot of stuff in there.
We had an interesting question. We were doing a training with a firm yesterday, and we had a question from the firm about what, you know, how would I get involved to do business? Like what would be an example of a business that originated in the CORFAC network? And this came from somebody who wasn't able to attend the in-person conferences, and so we shared an example of a transaction that originated on an investment sales call, where you know, a member shared an opportunity that he had available in his market, and someone who had dialed into the call happened to have a need for a very similar you know, investment opportunity, and the two of them connected offline, and it resulted in a multi-million-dollar investment transaction that originated through a CORFAC investment sales call. And so, you know, that's just one example. A lot of the network connections are made at the events, but sometimes we are also seeing these types of these calls, and we, as Jonathan noted, we have specialty calls, a couple that are coming up in the next few months, are an industrial and an office call. And it's a great way to just connect with people, you know, and you never know what might lead to a business opportunity.
And I don't know if anybody here, I'm looking here, I know will be at ICSC next month. Looking at others here, I don't recognize, but you know, it's just another thing that we do. We have 9 CORFAC firms that are sponsoring the booth. So you will have representatives from 9 CORFAC firms there. And it's just a great way to meet people, great branding for CORFAC in general, a good place to meet clients, potential clients, just another opportunity that we provide.
I think one other way to get involved, it was on one of our slides, but we have a committee structure. So we're like a little tiny government, and those committees guide us to help us make decisions about how the organization is going to move forward. And we have committees for all different areas of interest. We do a general call out probably in October, November each year, asking if people are interested in participating in a committee. So that's a great way. You know, it's not a huge commitment for most of the committees, just a few phone calls a year and attendance at the meeting. But that's another great way to get involved on a deeper level, see some of the workings of the organization, and you know, have your voice be heard. Anybody have any other questions about this or anything else that we've presented?
And again, I know we've thrown a lot at you, so don't hesitate to follow up with us if you have any other questions that you think of after we are done. We appreciate you all being here. And just thanks for your ongoing commitment to this organization. It's what's kept us growing for 35 years, and it's been fun.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
CORFAC. CORFAC's
Thank
great.
you very much, everybody. Thank you. Have a
Thank
pleasant
you.
evening.
Thank you very much.
Bye. Take care.
Thank you very much. Bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.